Right, so we are currently 0 for 6 in the finals predictions. I'm not doing too good. In general, of course, that's a standard, but in footy, I don't know what it is at the moment. I just can't seem to fucking get anything right. The way that I'm envisioning things play out in my head, the opposite seems to be happening. Let's look back to the game between Adelaide and Hawthorn, right? So my prediction was that Adelaide would look back at what went wrong in the Collingwood game and they would adapt. They would adjust for finals footy. Put a big focus on not burning like fucking easy leads and just bombing it down long, putting a focus on defensive efforts, like more so because in finals they're more important than any time in the year, and being accountable for defensive plays and shit like that. That was sort of like where I envisioned the team going. Wow, why am I putting an ungodly amount doesn't begin to describe how much tequila's in that. But instead what happened was they actually looked worse than they did against the Pies. I don't know how. The coach, none of the leadership group on the field, like Tex was doing fucking nothing. Dawson was like below average again. I don't know if it's finals pressure that's getting to him, but God. Dawson, like throughout the year, I'm thinking is like, yo, he might be like Marcus Bontempelli tier. And now I'm thinking, what was I watching? Did I watch the same sport? Was that the same game? Are we watching the same thing? Now, credit where credit's due, Hawthorn won the game, like on their own backs. They very much were the better side, and it wasn't just like Adelaide were off and it was fucking shit. Like Hawthorn came out and looked better than they did against us. They looked more composed. Their system, the errors that they had in our game, like when the Hawks beat us, they were adjusted. They were the ones that were playing 2 steps ahead, fucking fixing up all the errors and coming and more correct. But they already were correct the week prior. You know, they already fucking knocked us out of the competition, bro. I'm not doing good with that. It's all G. It's all G. Fucking, anyway, the Hawks, they genuinely have a fucking shot for the premiership flag. I'll get into the matchup this week in a little bit, but in terms of what I'm seeing on field, injuries are the one thing that I'm worried about. Because right now, this group is performing so fucking well. There are a few individuals which may be, cracking a little bit under finals pressure and not putting out their regular sort of caliber, I guess. But overall, I'd say that the Hawks they're doing it without like one superstar standing up. You could argue that Newcomb is standing up. I think he's been best on in both of the games, easily best on in ours. Maybe Weddle was. Who knows? Weddle's a sick cunt, bro. I'm telling you, the Hawks have Weddle and Newcomb, and they are just fucking, when the commentators go on about built for finals players, those two fucking fit the image perfectly. And it turns out that no one in Adelaide is built for finals. Well, at least not yet, Like, there's just been some very disappointing sort of performances from that team. I don't know if it's all just like they're so rattled from the rank and shit, and it's their first ever final and there's pressure everywhere and there's shit in the bed. It's very possible. It's very likely that it's a combination of all of these things. But the inability to put that aside and focus on what's going on the footy field, like the inability to adapt within the moment, to still have such bad decision making in the most fucking crucial time of the year. Throughout the year, they have been promising. Their decision making has been good. It's all flying out the fucking window, bro. Rochelle being back made their forwards look a little bit more dynamic, but he's no Isaac Rankin, and it wasn't going to fix the fucking problems that were going on. Hawthorn managed to kick like 2 goals in the first fucking 30 seconds of the game or some shit. And I think that really set the tone for the night, where Adelaide, even in the moments where they did pull it back. I don't know if they ever got in front. I could check. But that's fucking effort, bruh. In the moments where they were pulling it back and getting their momentum going, they still were playing catch up. They never looked like they were punishing Hawthorn. They looked like they were just getting on top for a little bit, like, you know what I mean? Whereas the Hawks, it was the very opposite. Every time they took their foot off the gas, they were just playing defense. It wasn't that they weren't on anymore and fucking everything's getting scored against them. They were just like focusing more defensively rather than pushing so aggressively forward. I think that really fucking paid off for them. Big Meekie, too big, too strong, cunt. He fucking dominated in the ruck. Marbiol got his strut going, got the swag going. The Wizard, fuck, I hate the cunt, stop ducking. But, I don't know, maybe I do like him. I can't tell. Every time I'm watching him, I'm like, fuck, he's good. But something about the way he plays shits me. He's like a little shit stirrer, a little shit. Stop being the best cunt on the fucking ground, brother. It's crazy. I don't know. Like, they're seriously in the mix for an actual flag, which I kind of predicted at the start of the year, but towards the end of the year and like that sort of like the last third of the home and away season, I feel like they looked less promising. They looked like maybe we were all sort of thinking like, okay, maybe we overestimated Hawthorn. Nah, they've come to fucking play. They have come to fucking play, and they look good, bro. That's the only way. Like, I can't really word it, but they look ready already. They're hungry, their intensity is huge, they're running as a team, like they're so team orientated. That's not to say that there aren't individuals that get carried away and go for shit when they should have fucking passed it or something like that. Obviously that's gonna happen. It's a big team sport, that happens, but their system is so team focused. Their running patterns are there's always 3 of them running. They're always in wave running or flight running. They're not necessarily cutting as many angles as they used to with that like quick handball and fucking chip across the thing, but it's more like they're just running in long diagonal stretches with 3 or 4 fucking Hawks players running in that like pattern so that they can just sort of fucking weave in and out and play piggy in the middle with any defender that's trying to run at it and stop it. They look crazy, bro. They look very fucking convincing, and I'll happily admit that I was wrong about Adelaide turning it around. They're not ready yet, I guess is the thing. They can look all flashy and get big scores throughout the year that keep them solid up the top, and you know, they played fucking well throughout the year. I'm like, I can't deny it. I don't think they were the best team in the comp throughout the year. I'd still say probably Geelong was, but they did it, you know what I mean? They got to the top of the ladder, so you'd expect a little bit more than what they've given, but straight sets, whatever. It's the first final with this group, this new fucking push and strive. Who knows, if Rankin was there, maybe it was all different. Anyway, moving on from that, Adelaide have left the finals race. Adelaide have left the finals race. Welcome to the club. And so, unfortunately, have the Suns. They couldn't get it done. In hindsight, this was a little bit of a Hail Mary. I'm not too proud of the quick, rash decision to be, fuck it, the Suns, they're on, bro. Yeah, they got a lot of energy and push. They'll defeat Brisbane with the best system probably in the comp. Maybe, again, other than Geelong, maybe. Brisbane looked bad the week prior, okay? Like, they looked bad. I'm not gonna lie. Geelong made them look foolish. Geelong punished them for everything. Everything that they were doing, Geelong was punishing them for. And I know that the Freo Suns game was really tight. It was really close. They probably weren't the more consistent team on that day. It was all on energy and fucking push and determination and all that sort of momentum shifting. But fuck, bro. I didn't think it would be this bad. To be real, I didn't think it would be this fucking bad. And I said the same thing about Adelaide, like when they were losing. I was like, oh, possible, but God, it's getting ugly. This shit was fucking horrendously ugly. Not horrendously, you know, but it was pretty fucking bad, dude. It was just, again, a thing of fucking experience versus inexperience. It is the Suns' first ever final, like ever getting to a finals campaign. So to be able to win one and not go out just instantly, you gotta be happy with the success of that alone, and that in itself. Now that you've got a win and a loss under your belt, you can look at what you did well in finals going on to next year and look at where you went wrong. And there's a lot of fucking things in this game where they went wrong. Their defensive efforts, again, it's a fucking running theme with all the teams that have seemed to be getting like competently beaten, I guess is competent. Is that right? I don't know how to word that, but all the teams that are getting like beaten by another team and it makes them, and the other team makes it look easy. Fuck, bro, words are so difficult right now. The issue with all of them, the common denominator, has been their defensive efforts. And structurally, I think their defense was fine. It was more individuals that sort of weren't doing too great. Johnny Noble didn't have the best game, despite, I think he's pretty good, but he didn't have the best game. Mac Andrew, fucking, a bit. And then you can contrast that to Brisbane, where players like, I know they're not defenders, but Cam Rayner, fuck it, bro, what? God, you want to hate the cunt for the flopping shit the week prior. You want to be angry, and then you watch him break like 50 fucking tackles, not 50, I think it was like 6 or something, but break them. The way he breaks them and the way he just holds his hips are so strong, like he holds composure so fucking good. The one where Mac Andrew is like spinning around him like he's a fucking pole and Big Mac's hitting the pole dance, that's when he breaks that tackle, you look at it and you go, damn, this cunt is kind of built for something different. If he gets super fit and can run through the middle of the ground like he does now, but more consistently, I just mean get his fitness up. Like he's not unfit by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean like you can tell he's also not one of those like can go for fucking ever, sort of like Max Holmes runners or something like that. And he's never gonna reach Max Holmes' capacity just based on body shape and fucking aerodynamics and shit. But what I'm saying is if he can pull himself up from that sort of like needing a rest every however often to needing it just that little bit less, he will do so much fucking damage in every single game. He breaks shit apart. He's so fucking strong. And I am so mad that he did the flopping shit because it just pisses me off so much. And he's so fucking good. You don't have to do that. But I'll take a little bit of like fucking criticism off of him. Again, it's not necessarily his fault. Big moment playing into the fucking energy of being a shit stirrer, whatever. I get it. It's kind of the ump's fault more than anything. I don't know what happened with that umpire. I didn't fucking check in on any of the stories with that. That's kind of not even fucking interesting to me at the moment anymore. What is interesting is this fucking finals campaign. Not necessarily this game. This game was a fucking blowout. Sun's going out, whatever. You did good this year. You got here. Congratulations. You did better than us, you know? So fucking, I'm kind of glad they didn't win the fucking flag. Could you imagine if the Suns won the fucking flag before the Giants did? You know what's fucking crazy is that's possible because their window's kind of just opening and ours is kind of fucking shutting. It's all J. Yeah, not too much to really say about the two games. They were pretty fucking good, but they were also, they weren't like tight, is sort of it. Like they were good displays of skill. Brisbane looks scary again. I'm scared of Brisbane again. That's great, that's fun. They're in an odd predicament, but I like the way that they're coached and I like the way that they bounce back. It's, you know, shows maturity even when they have off days, and they've had a few off days this year, but they've managed to pull it back around. This week, this is kind of the best week of footy all year, and like by a landslide, these two matchups, the Pies and Brisbane, that's always a classic, you know, that's a couple years grand final rerun, two of the best old systematic teams going at it. You got so many legends running around on the field, old and young, you know, that's just gonna be fucking amazing to watch. And then Geelong and Hawthorn, dude, that's huge. That's fucking huge. Not to be Mr. Vic bias, but the MCG is gonna be filled, it's gonna be loud, it's gonna be intense, it's gonna be fucking ugly. Like there's so much pressure around this, right? Like the Hawks are riding all of the hype, and they've kind of got not as high of an expectation, but they're there to spoil. They're there to be the upset team, and they've fully embraced that. They've fully embraced all of the challenges that they're going to have to face throughout this very long finals campaign, and they are standing up to it, and they're loving it, and they're getting around it. It's fucking sick. The energy at Hawthorn right now is through the roof. You can see it when they play. You can see it in their after game interviews when they're talking about it. You can see it when Sam Mitchell's talking about it, you know? And then Geelong keeps screaming at women and fucking photographers that are blind. Like what? I don't know. That's funny, I guess. Don't do that, maybe. But regardless, Geelong, they have this like kind of like, oh, I hate to use the word, but aura of like invincibility. Not invincibility, but aura of professionalism that Hawks don't have. You know, the Hawks are young and celebratory and hock ball, where Geelong are like old and grumpy and fucking screaming at women. That's what I want to be when I grow up. Anyway, but they're systematic, you know, they're professional, they're tough. They're gonna run you into the ground and they're gonna fucking not smile while doing it. They're gonna stand up and fucking brush themselves off like it was nothing. And it's so fucking primed to be heated as fuck. I'm so keen for that. I genuinely can't think of a bigger matchup throughout this entire finals campaign, unless Hawks and Collingwood make it to the grand final, which is fucking possible. We could do a Brizzy Cats rerun. That would be pretty interesting as well, but I feel like those two are sort of the sickest. Brizzy Hawks doesn't really do me that much. Collingwood, Geelong, those, you know, they're not tickling me fancy just as much, but I guess I should tip the games, instead of just fucking talking about both of them. I don't actually even fucking know which one comes first, cunt. Friday night, the clash that I'm so excited for, Geelong and Hawthorn. As much as I kind of want Hawks to do it, to get there, to be another, like the Dogs, do it from outside the fucking top four, and just the energy around them, and they're so fucking exciting to watch, and it's, you know, for me, I enjoy watching them more than Geelong. I think Geelong's like really professional and really so fucking high skill level, but Hawthorn are funner. Come on, they're a bit more fun. Whatever. I'm a young can. I like it when they go, yeah! Shit. Dude, I might kill myself for real. I sit at the TV and go, oh, Nick Watson, fuck you. But Geelong, I'm sitting there going, that was excellent. That was fucking excellent. I don't know what this is. I don't think you can do that anymore. Probably. Shout out to Indians. Dead set best food on the earth. So get more Indians in the country, you know? Get all these fucking Yanks out of here, bro. Get every American out of Australia and bring every Indian into Australia. Unironic. New political stance is genuinely unironic. I actually, like 100% genuinely. Anyway, yeah, as much as I want the Hawks to do it, I think Geelong win this one, personally. Now, it could go the way of the Hawks, but I feel like they are gonna have to be so fucking on that even if they win it, they might have played their grand final early. You know, that's the whole thing about prelims being harder than the grand final. I don't know, from what Geelong put out last week, it's so hard to go against them. And their year in general has been so fucking consistent. Like, their couple of losses weren't even bad, necessarily, off the top of my head at least. Battle of the midfields, I can just see the the speed that Geelong have moving through the ground, it clashes weirdly with Hawthorn's ability to like move in and out, sort of like wave run and fucking dip and dodge and whatever. I guess what I'm trying to say there is that the game will be won in the midfield. Whoever's midfield is bigger and better on the day, I think is going to get this done. I don't necessarily see either forward line being like mad inaccurate or something like that. I think that that's something that they both are relatively good with. Geelong had a bit like off week kicking at least against Brisbane, but I mean shots on goal, they still had fucking so many that like they got it done, you know, regardless of how accurate they were. But I think like that was a bit of an off day. Like on average, they're insanely accurate kicks. Hawks have a chance. Don't get me wrong. I'm not ruling them out, but I really do think that Geelong will get this one done. Unfortunately, like I said, Bailey Smith's in line for a big one. He kind of has to play excellent, otherwise the news of the fucking yelling at the reporter is going to carry over. If he has an all-out blinding day, then everyone's going to forget about him screaming at a female photographer for taking photos. Cuz calm down, you're a model. Like, oh, you got my bad side. Cunt, you got no bad side. What are you you're a model, cuz? Get back on the bags, you pussy. Anyway, I don't know, what the fuck. Jesus. It's a weak prediction. Like, it could go either way. I just expect this game to be unbelievable. That's sort of the general consensus and where I'm landing on it, is that I think it'll be fucking out and out amazing. But Geelong get it done. Maybe. Brisbane and Collingwood. This one, again, I think this one's a bit closer in my head. This is really more of a 50-50. I lean Geelong thinking about it for the other game, but for this one, I don't know. It's which team turns up on the day. If the Collingwood that played the Crows in the finals turns up, they're gonna win. If the Brisbane that played Suns turn up, they're gonna win. And if both of them turn up, if both of these teams are firing at their absolute best, I kind of think Collingwood gets it done. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. I assume Bobby Hill's not playing, so that hurts speed-wise. Or they selected Howe. That's kind of crazy. Jeremy Howe's back from being sent to the Shadow Realm. That's big. I don't know how influential he's gonna be necessarily, but speed is kind of like the only thing that I can see them sort of losing their way in this game. And maybe a bit of physicality. They're a bit more beaten up, a bit more old, you know. Brizzy are a bit younger, a bit tougher. Cam Rayner kind of is primed to go ballistic in this game, but so is Nick Dacos. Lockie Schultz. That sounds crazy, but hear me out. Schultz is a big moment player. Schultz is mad fucking underrated, and this year especially, he has been really fucking good. He's primed for a big one. Elliott's primed for a big one. Just going ballistic early and getting the fucking Collingwood crowd up and about and getting everyone riled up and shit, you know? Like, Zorko has the potential to shut everything down. Darcy Moore has the potential to shut everything down. This is gonna be fucking epic. Bro, this is fucking epic. Epic in terms of like big and grand in scale, not epic. That's fucking... Dude, I need to fucking finish, can't. Go to bed. I'm tipping the Pies, and God, I hope I get one of these right this week, because if I get them both wrong, which has been the trend, if I get both of them wrong, we get Brizzy Hawks. That's pretty, I mean, it's sick. Don't get me wrong, any grand final is sick. Any of these matchups is gonna be sick. But I kinda want Brizzy Collingwood. I don't want that. I mean, Hawks Collingwood. That's my ideal final. I think that would be the coolest, the sickest. Or I kind of want a rerun of Brizzy Geelong just to see how that plays out a second time. I feel like maybe Brisbane get it done on the rematch, you know, because they were pretty off on that night. Getting only one game right in the finals would be kind of chat. And if I get two right this week, that means that Hawks miss it. So that's kind of chat. I don't know. I've been doing horribly in the tipping, but that's not what it's about, guys. That's really not what it's about. Genuinely. It's about love and life and just having an experience, man, and fucking watching some good footy and thinking about things differently and fucking making these shitty little videos every week. It's not for you, it's for me. It's for fucking routine, honestly. It's to fucking slap my head into gear, or you do something every week, because that way, when I finish, I'll have fucking energy and momentum to continue making shit, and that's what I want to do. Question of the day, challenge of the day. Think about something bad that happened to you that has changed you for the better. And thank God that happened. Bad things are good if you learn from them. That's all that matters in this life, man. Growth and development. That's what it's about, brother. It's all G, the Giants are out of the fucking finals. Yeah.